Hey, friends, have you ever felt like you're losing a battle with your body? That despite all your efforts with cardio and diet, your strength, your energy, and even your metabolism just aren't what they used to be? What if I told you the secret to winning that battle isn't about running longer, but about lifting more? Today, we're talking about why strength training is a non negotiable for women in midlife. But first, welcome to Graceful Growth in Midlife, the podcast where we explore faith, health, and purpose in this season of life. I'm Toresa, and each week we'll learn, reflect, and take small steps towards growing with grace. All right, let's dig in. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're going to be talking about a topic that I believe is absolutely crucial for our well-being, strength training. Now, I know that what some of you might be thinking when you hear strength training, you might picture bodybuilders, a crowded gym, or heavy, intimidating weights. Maybe you think it's just for men or for people who are already super fit. But I want to challenge that idea today. I really, truly believe that strength training, that is, lifting weights or using resistance, is one of the most powerful and important things we can do for our bodies in midlife. I know. I've been there for years. I avoided the weight room thinking that cardio was the only way to stay healthy and manage my weight. I thought lifting weights would make me bulky or that it was just an afterthought. But what I've learned and what I want to share with you today is that it's a game changer. It's not about how you look, it's about how you feel, how you move, and how you show up in life. Strength training is a key part of our midlife playbook. It's a tool that helps us stay strong, vibrant, and independent as we age. It's about building a body that can carry you through a lifetime of joy, with energy to play with your grandkids, the confidence to try new things, and the physical resilience to face whatever comes next. It's about building a strong foundation for your future. So let's talk about a few of the incredible benefits we can gain from it. First, it helps us combat muscle loss. As we get older, our muscle mass naturally declines, a process that speeds up after menopause. Ugh. This is called sarcopenia. But strength training is the most effective way to slow that process down and maintain our strength. It also boosts our bone health and helps prevent osteoporosis. This is so crucial for us as women as we become more susceptible to bone thinning. Lifting weights puts a healthy stress on our bones, which helps them get stronger. Beyond that, strength training reduces our risk of injury and falls by improving our balance and stability. It also protects our joints and can help alleviate common pain in our back, knees, and hips by strengthening the muscles that support them. But the benefits aren't just physical. Strength training has a profound impact on our metabolism and weight management. Muscle burns more calories than fat, so by building it, we actually boost our metabolism and make our bodies more efficient at burning fat in the long run. And perhaps most importantly, it has a massive impact on our mental and emotional well-being. And it enhances our mood, helps us manage blood sugar, and improves cognitive health. Big one. Reducing the risk of decline. There's something so empowering about gaining physical strength. It translates to a boost in confidence, a greater sense of self-worth, and a whole lot more energy. I want you to hear from an expert on this. I found a great video by Dr. Anthony Balduzzi from the Fit Father Project, and I think he makes some incredibly powerful points that will resonate with you. He's going to talk about why strength training is more important for us than for younger people and back it up with some scientific research. So let's dive in.
Hey there, my friend. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi, founder here at the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. In today's video, I want to share with you why I believe that strength training, lifting weights, is one of the most important things we can do for longevity and to preserve our health as we age. In fact, I think strength training is more important for people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s plus than it is for people in their 20s and 30s. And I'm not just making this up. This isn't just my opinion. It's based on the research. And in this video, I want to share with you some of that research. I want to share with you some incredible pictures of people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond who are strength training, and some of the amazing benefits they're getting to their muscle mass, to their anti-aging genes, and to their brain health. This is super important stuff.
He makes a powerful point right out of the gate. Strength training is even more important for us in our 40s and 50s than it is for younger people. I want to emphasize this. The benefits he's about to share, longevity, muscle mass, brain health, aren't just nice to haves. They're essential for living a full, vibrant life in this season. It's a mindset shift from exercising for vanity to exercising for vitality.
Human body is absolutely amazing, and if we start to train it later in life, it's not too late. We can still make amazing gains with our health and fitness. When we don't strength train, basically what happens is getting older is a process of losing our muscle mass, losing our mobility, losing our energy.
I want you to hear this again. It's not too late. I know so many of us look at the changes happening to our bodies and feel like we're losing a battle. We might think our best days are behind us. But what Dr. Balduzzi says here, that our bodies are amazing and can still make gains, is a message of hope. It's an invitation to start where you are right now and believe your body is capable of incredible things.
Let's get a little specific about what happens. Well, first off, as we get older, we have hormonal changes that are making it harder for us to gain muscle. This is a fact of life. Men's testosterone levels decrease. Women, after you hit menopause, estrogen levels have decreased, which puts you at risk for fractures with your bones and heart conditions. So thankfully, one of the benefits of strength training is it helps boost and correct these hormone profiles, which is absolutely amazing. What it also does is preserves and helps you gain muscle mass and strength. Because as we age, if we don't strength train, we lose muscle.
Ooh, this is a critical point that links directly back to our conversation on health. He mentions hormonal changes, which are a major reality for women in midlife. Menopause, declining estrogen, and the risk of our bone and heart health are things we have to face. But strength training is a powerful, proactive tool we can use to fight back. It's not just about building muscle, it's about helping our bodies regulate hormones and protect our long-term health.
A process called sarcopenia, which basically is a fancy term for age-related muscle loss. And the problem is when we lose our muscle, we obviously get less strong, but we also lose our metabolic rate because muscle burns calories. The more muscle we have, the higher metabolic rate we have. And so this becomes a vicious cycle. If we're not active enough, we're not strength training, meaning giving our bodies a reason to preserve this muscle mass, we lose it with age and our metabolism slows down. And then if we eat too many calories, we start to gain weight, and then we get more sluggish and more tired. We become insulin resistant, and then we become less likely to exercise. And this is the vicious cycle that affects so many people.
Did you catch that word he used? Sarcopenia? It's a fancy term for age-related muscle loss. This is the vicious cycle he's talking about. We lose muscle, our metabolism slows down, we feel tired, and we get discouraged. But strength training breaks that cycle. It's a key to keeping your metabolism revved up and your energy high. It's not about being a bodybuilder, it's about maintaining a healthy, functional body that can keep up with your life.
Does that happen if you do strength train, particularly on longevity? What people don't realize is that strength training doesn't just work and grow muscles and burn calories. It actually activates some of your genes that help promote longevity. So there are a class of enzymes called sirtuins, S-A-R-T-U-I-N-S, sirtuins, and they're associated positively with longevity. When sirtuins are activated, they basically activate this whole cascade of genetic expression that helps us live longer. And there's amazing research coming out of universities like Harvard, University of Sydney, that's looking at the role of sirtuins. And what we do know for sure, there's a new recent study that was published that showed that 65-year-old people who strength train have a dramatically increased expression of these sirtuin enzymes. And these sirtuin enzymes, again, are anti-aging enzymes. They also have a dramatically increased expression of telomerase, an enzyme that helps extend those caps in the DNA, the telomeres, that is positively associated with aging. So basically, here's the deal. Strength training changes you on a genetic expression level by increasing the expression of these enzymes and these genes that promotes longevity and aging.
This is where it gets really exciting and points back to our core message of faith and purpose. He talks about activating anti-aging genes and enzymes called sirtuins. Think of it like this. Your body has a divine blueprint for health and longevity. Strength training is a way to activate that blueprint. It's a way to be a good steward of the body God gave you, working with your biology to live a longer, healthier life filled with purpose.
Here's another thing that happens as we age. Our muscles run on these little energy houses inside of them called your mitochondria. You've probably heard of that. When we eat food, ultimately the food kind of goes into the mitochondria. There's metabolism that takes place, and mitochondria help produce ATP, the energy currency of our cells. Well, what happens is when we don't exercise over time as we get older, we get something called mitochondrial dysfunction. Those mitochondria don't work as well, and this causes a whole host of problems: metabolic problems, energy production problems, problems in the brain energy, predisposition to Alzheimer's, cognitive decline, dementia. Well, what happens when we strength train is it actually increases some of these biomarkers that causes our body to produce new mitochondria and to renew. This process called mitochondrial biogenesis. Strength training basically says, hey, we're using these muscles, we're using these mitochondria, keep them fresh, keep them young. And this is kind of like the age-old adage. It's like use it or lose it. That's the way it is with our bodies. If we allow inactivity to take us over, we're going to lose our muscle mass, we lose our mitochondrial health, and we don't get the genetic expression of longevity genes.
Let's talk about mitochondria, those little powerhouses in our cells. Mitochondrial dysfunction is a real problem as we age, leading to fatigue and a lack of energy. But strength training literally tells our body to produce new mitochondria and keep them young. This is a perfect example of use it or lose it. It's a reminder that our bodies are designed for movement, and when we answer that call, God's grace works through our biology to give us the strength and energy we need.
Health. So what they did is they actually took people who had a high risk of cognitive decline, basically pre-Alzheimer's kind of patients. They took one group and they had them strength train. They had the other group not strength train. The strength training group found that they actually preserved brain function in the hippocampus, a key brain region that's associated with memory, and obviously that's very important when we're looking at dementia and Alzheimer's. These are areas that normally shrink and decline with age, but the strength training group actually had improvements, and their decline completely halted. So what this means for you is if you want a sharp brain when you age, you need to exercise, particularly lifting weights. Now, the cool thing is as you age, it's not like you need to be in the gym every single day lifting like a bodybuilder. In fact, with our Fit Father and Fit Mother programs, we do full body workouts. We recommend them 2-3 times a week. That's plenty of time, like a 30 to 45 minute exercise session using weights twice a week. That's like less than 90 minutes per week of exercise can give you these incredible benefits. And the exercise can be done safely. You can do it at home with a pair of dumbbells and kettlebells.
Finally, the brain health component. This is huge. This is perhaps one of the most compelling reasons to lift weights in midlife. We worry about cognitive decline, but he's saying that strength training can actually halt it. This is about so much more than physical appearance. It's about preserving our memories, our clarity, and our ability to think and function well as we age. It's a gift we can give to ourselves and our families. It's a simple, non-negotiable step towards a vibrant future. And the best part, as he says, you only need 30 to 45 minutes a couple of times a week to get these benefits. It's completely achievable. I want to challenge you this week. Find a way to incorporate some form of strength training into your routine. Start with just one day. It doesn't have to be a full-blown gym session. You can use dumbbells at home. That's what I do. Just take that first step. I've included a link to Dr. Balduzzi's video in the show notes so you can hear the full thing and maybe even check out his programs. This is not sponsored. I actually just found this video online, tried to share it with you. I've also included a few example videos you could try from home as well. If you find some strength training videos, please share in the comments. I'm always looking for a change of pace. I actually found it a little difficult to find videos specifically for midlife. I found that odd. Anyway. Okay, so now I want to dive into our weekly conversation with God. I've been all over the place on how to best share it with you, and I think I'm going to do it simply starting from day one and work through each day so you can walk through the entire journey as I have it laid out in the book. If you've already done day one, I do apologize, but my hope is that I can reach everyone to walk through it from the beginning. So, day one is called acknowledgement, and it focuses on acknowledging that we need Him to help us see and heal our pain. God has a plan for us, but He needs us to acknowledge that we need Him to help us heal and start taking the steps He wants us to take. So, I'm going to share a verse and a few questions that you can work on this week. So, find a quiet place and make this time special, you time. All right, so our verse is, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Psalms 34:18. Take a few minutes to look it up and study it. Ask the Holy Spirit to maybe explain it to you. Interpret it. And then ask, "God, I come to you with a heavy heart. I have been hurt and I don't know how to begin healing." So, for this, without thinking, I just want you to write down whatever thoughts or feelings come to you when you read this. You can say it over and over, and just kind of get that. It can be like a page, it can be a word. Just kind of acknowledge what it is you're reading. And then write down the areas in your life where you feel hurt or broken. Be specific and honest in acknowledging your pain. Ask the Holy Spirit to reveal areas of pain that you may not remember or be able to identify. And the next one is spend a few minutes in quiet prayer. Ask God to show you what you need to see so you can start to work through the hurt towards healing. He will give you the courage to face these wounds and the ability to work through them. And last but not least, a moment of gratitude. Take a moment today and think about something that made you smile. All right, so that's it for that. Before we wrap up today, I want to give you a little preview of what's coming up next on Graceful Growth in Midlife. We've spent this series talking about personal healing and building strength physically, spiritually, and emotionally. But our next series are going to take that strength and look outward at the world we're living in right now. Hate and division seem louder than ever. People celebrate tragedy, and it's easy to feel discouraged. In our first episode of this new series, we'll talk about why hate spreads so quickly and what it does to us if we let it take root, and how we as women of faith can respond, not with silence, but with a different kind of strength, one that's grounded in truth, love, and grace. So make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss it. Thank you so much for joining me today on Graceful Growth in Midlife. If this episode encouraged you, please subscribe and share it with a friend who might enjoy the show as well. You'll also find a link in the show notes to download your free 7 Days of Healing in Midlife guide, along with my companion journals, the 30-Day Healing Journey, an Intimate Conversation with God, and the 50-Day Guided Gratitude Journal. So check the links below. Have a great week and God bless. We will talk to you next time.